Okay, so we're doing the detail work on the nacelles, and one thing I'd like to show you guys is, because I'm lighting it, I got to run the wires up through the pylons. So what I have to do is I have to notch out the bottoms of the pylons. And what I want to try to do is to get this to angle back so the light will be angled and distribute evenly down the shaft of the nacelle. I'm probably going to have to go ahead and I'm probably going to have to put an anchor in there like I did in the saucer section and in the secondary hull section. But yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do, so I'm going to do that and then update you guys. Okay, so I went ahead and I'm gluing that would be the port nacelle together. And because the wires are coming out, I had to glue them in place. Well, glue the halves together while it's up in position. Once that's dry, then I'll glue it to the secondary hull. But the little piece that we put in, let me try to show you what I did in order to try to keep the bulb facing this way, so there are no, hot spots that are too hot anyway in the lights. Let me put the light on for you. And you can see the light is angled so it's shooting down this way. At least that was the plan, and that was the hope in putting that piece in. You can see the light is aiming towards the back of the nacelle. So as you can see, it's starting to take shape, and it's coming along. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I put the caps on, the ball caps at the end for the warp engines, and the little details stuff. And I put the Bussard collector in the front, and I clamped the pylon. So when that's dry, I'll be able to glue the nacelle to the secondary hull. And it's starting to come together. You can see the light is getting down to the end for the effect. I mean, ideally I would have put more lights in it, because the nacelles could have been, the front and on the back, but I got 5 of the bulbs to put in, and I figured I could work with that. So when that's dry, I'm going to glue the nacelle into place, the port nacelle, and then it'll be all set to put the decals on. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead, I took the clamps off, the pylons are dry, and I finished putting the rest of the detail work onto the nacelles, and I glued the nacelles, the pylons, into the secondary hull. And I made sure it was nice and solid, and I can go ahead and I can put on the decals. It's starting to look good. Let me light her up for you. The lighting effect that I had wanted, that I told you guys about, bringing it down to the back of the nacelle, and I'll show you what she looks like after the decals are on and can do the finish work. Okay, so what I did was I put the decals on the nacelles, and they're all dry and sturdy. And I finished putting the last decal down her spine, secondary hull. You can see the observation deck. And the display that they give with the model is pretty cool. The only thing is it's not really big enough. There should have been probably another panel, then it would have been perfect. But it is cool. Of course, the Defiant was not caught in the web. It was the Enterprise. So let me go ahead and light the Defiant for you. Okay, let me light the Defiant for you. There we go. Again, I wanted that choppy, bright, dull kind of effect. For the ship, it's pretty much complete. Now I got to work on the base. I painted the base, and what I want to do is I glued the power pack to the base. I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. I'm going to paint it black, and I'm probably going to do something with a design or some kind of little monument thing to put for the episode. I don't know if I'm going to use the Tholian ships or if I'm going to try to put them on the board. As you can see, there's a line where I think the ship would go. That would be pretty good looking, but we'll see. Alright, so what I did was I went ahead and I put all the detail work on, and I put the decals on to the nacelles. I put the Bassard collectors on, and the warp engines, the ball caps that go in the back, and the radiator fins for the coolant. And looks pretty good. Looking pretty nice. The USS Defiant, of course, is NCC-1764. And it's just the touch-up things to do left, and then she'll be all set. Alright, so like I tried to hide the power pack in the stand, well, the base, and like I told you guys, there was really no way to put this into the model kit because of the way it's translucent. So I put it on the base, and I put the coat hanger in, and I cut it to make it fit, drilled a hole, put the coat hanger in, and glued the battery pack down and painted it to camouflage it, and then painted it black and then put a yellow stripe. I like the stripe because, you know, the Star Trek lettering is yellow in the series. Now I hope I didn't go too cheesy, but I wanted to kind of dress it up a little bit. So I put the Star Trek logo on the front of the base, and I put Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock as they appeared when they were in the Defiant. Also on the battery cover, let me turn it around for you, I actually put the Tholian that they had contact with on the base. And then I put sealant on it, the pledge sealant. I don't know why it's starting to discolor. I had never done this before, and I had gotten the idea to seal it after I glued it to the base to kind of protect the paper. But it's discoloring. I hope that's going to go away, or if it doesn't, I'll just put another coat of paint over it to cover it. But I used the sealant as an adhesive also to get the cardboard to stick on. Of course, this is from the box, and I took it off the box, and I wanted to kind of dress it up. Again, I didn't want to go cheesy, so I hope it's not cheesy, but I think it's pretty cool. My way of honoring the USS Defiant. Okay, so I went ahead, I built the little spinner ships, the little bonus Tholian ships that came with the kit, and I put this green on, I put green on the bottom, and the tops are yellow, and the sides have red. Same thing with this one. And I put the green on the bottom. Again, can you imagine something this small being dumb enough to attack the Enterprise? Anyway, those are the Tholian ships. And I'm not sure if I'm going to attach them to the background or if I'm going to try to attach them to the base somehow. I mean, it might look good. And it did end up clearing up. The discoloration in the base went away, so that was a good thing. And that being said, I just got to figure out what I'm going to do to put the ships. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to put them in the display or not, on the base or against the background, but I'll let you know. Okay, I went ahead and I did the final assembly work. I took the spinners, the Tholian ships, and I attached them to the background. I didn't have much of a choice, so I wanted it to look cool, but I put it at the end of the thread, so it looks like he's coming out over there. And the other one is following this thread that's going down. Pretty cool. And the Defiant herself, you can see she's all done. It's all detailed. And the stand that I built, that's actually a piece of coat hanger that I cut to fit. And I had to drill a new hole. I don't know if you can see underneath her. Let me just bring her a little closer to the edge. Because the hole that originally had the model was over there, you know, for the stand kind of model, stand that came with the kit. But I wanted to put it on a better stand. So I ran the coat hanger up to the back of the base of the neck to where the impulse engines are, and it's much more sturdier. And it does swivel occasionally, but a little bit of maneuvering and you can get it to stay in the position that you want. See the numbers or saucer section, the observation deck, the nacelles, the secondary hull, a reflector dish, and the background does look pretty cool. The way I'm going to try to display it, it's going to be, I know it was the Enterprise that was in the web, but I'm going to use the model kit box and try to make something out of that. You can see that. And when it comes to the display stand, on the power pack, I went ahead and I put, I don't know if you're going to be able to, let me focus for you. I actually put the Tholian Commander on it. And I put Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock as they appeared when they went onto the Defiant itself, and then the Star Trek logo. And I wired this kit and I made it light up. So let me go ahead and I'm going to put the lights off. I'm going to put her on for you. And of course this kit glows in the dark too. And let me put it on. You can see she looks pretty nice. She's trying to, actually, like I said, it's not her that's trying to get away from the Tholian ships, but it does look cool. It is the USS Defiant. Just never get tired of this ship. The Constitution class. It's like the original Enterprise. So beautiful. And that is my completion of the AMT USS Enterprise. This is the special Tholian Web Glow in the Dark edition model kit with lights and custom base. I hope you enjoyed watching the different videos that I made on this model kit, and I thank you for watching.